Jared loves it.
What's going on, everybody? Episode 13 of Part of the Game. Your hosts, Rainbow Rain Carnegie.
Britain beloved, not hate, Loveson.
All day.
All day, every day, and twice on Thursday.
Twice on Thursday. So we got a great episode for everyone.
For everyone.
We kind of switched it up a little bit, all right?
We did a little freestyle.
We flipped the script on them a little.
A little bit.
Because, we really try to educate our audience.
Also entertain our audience.
But we also have to entertain.
Yes, we do.
So what did we do, Rain?
We went out and got a guy who likes to say the word pigeon a lot.
And the F word.
And a lot of words that
Cursing
are
words.
probably for mature audiences only. So we are just letting you guys know.
Yes.
There's a blinking light right now. What you're about to witness, I'm imagining, is going to be filled with a little bit of mature content.
Yes. Not for everybody,
Not for everybody, but for the majority.
but for majority.
I hope.
And
We'll
you
see.
know what? Rick Rowley.
Rick Rowley.
Rowdy Rick Rowley.
Rowdy
Our
Rick
guest
Rowley.
today-
Can you say that 10 times fast?
I can't. And
Rowdy
I'm
Rick
not
Rowley.
gonna try.
Rowdy Rick Rowley. That's only two.
He's on our show today.
Yeah, he is.
He's a great guy. He's a comedian. He has the Beauty Sauce podcast.
What a name. Why didn't you think of that? Was it already
man.
taken?
Well, because I went with Part of the Game, which you thought of.
I am the brains behind this little shindig here.
Brains, but not the looks.
Oh, here we go.
But what a great guest. Funny as hell.
This
He was
is-
just on another podcast.
I was just like looking up his reels and stuff and like,
Hilarious.
oh my, he does like the William, like a little baby Nylander. Like, where did he find that kid? I can't wait to ask him. Like, where did like
Shotgun Tim Hortons drinks and coffee.
chugged like Campbell's
Campbell's
soup.
soup.
Die-hard Leafs fan. We'll get into. I'm gonna ask him about
Big
how
time.
he feels.
Napanee boy, so
Napanee.
close to Belleville.
Close to Bell Vegas, baby.
Yeah, close to Bell Vegas. So he's on our show today, Rick Rowley. Hilarious dude. I hope you enjoy that. But just a special day here in the studio.
Special day.
A very special day.
Special day.
So-
So before we get into the special day, do we want to talk about our sponsor?
Yes.
Should we talk about our sponsor of this episode?
So like we do every episode.
Every episode.
We talk about, a local small business that we want everyone, our viewers, to support.
Yep.
So today's local small business that we are supporting is...
Sweet Jesus. Soft.
I'm already getting like the
Like-
sweet tooth is kicking in right now. I can feel it. I'm just warming
So
up.
I'm not typically, I know it looks like I might be typically, but I'm not typically a sweets guy. True story. I like to eat a lot of meat, like to eat a lot of carbs. Not really a sweets guy, but my wife has a little bit of a sweet tooth, as
Yes.
does my daughter, as does my son. But my wife heard this like rave reviews about this soft serve ice cream delicacy that has like, it's like ice cream on steroids. It's like we had, so Sweet Jesus, the location's at
Sweet Jesus is our local support,
Small-
our local small business, Sweet Jesus.
located at 780 Queen Street East. It's a front window, so when we say small business,
Yeah.
it literally is
It is.
just a front window.
Wow.
Where you go outside, and unfortunately, it's not rain or shine; it's only shine. So
Yeah.
if there's rain, so you have to look them up online and make sure that the
Who
weather.
wants ice cream in the rain? You gotta have
My
it.
name's Rain. I want ice cream every day in the rain.
No, actually, your name is actually pronounced Rene.
Oh.
Because every time I call Siri and be like, call Rain Carnegie, they say, calling Renee Carnegie. So you're Renee.
I'm gonna have to talk to Apple about that. They're not returning my phone calls.
But Sweet Jesus.
Sweet Jesus.
Jay,
the manager over there.
the owner, I think too, as well.
I think he's the manager. Pretty sure he's the manager, but he might be the owner as well.
Yeah.
But
And they take ice cream to a
Whole
nother
nother
level.
level.
So
Like-
their signature cones are insane.
banging like a
like-
banging brownie.
Bangin' brownie,
The banging brownie. We also got birthday cake.
birthday cake.
Birthday cake. Birthday cake.
What else?
One of my personal, favorites, the Bounty Killer.
Bounty
Bring it
Killer.
back to my Jamaican
Is
heritage.
that like
The Bounty Killer.
What kind of?
You got a little coconut soft serve
Coconut.
ice cream, some
Okay.
shredded toasted coconut with some dark chocolate sauce. That's what you got on the Bounty Killer. The one that is my go-to if I was going to be
Yeah.
a go-to guy. I'm trying to
Guy,
watch the
yeah.
calories, but Sweet Jesus ain't letting me do that. It is the cookies and cream.
Wow.
I'm telling you,
Cookies
this
and
thing,
cream.
this thing is like it's like this big. It's like the biggest mess you've ever seen, but it's a beautiful mess.
It's a beautiful-
and it gets all over my beard, and like I asked my wife, like, do we need to have yours as well? Her go-to was the crusty,
The
cone.
crusty.
The crusty, the
With
cone. It has
cotton
cotton candy
candy.
coming out the sides. It's ridiculous.
These
So-
guys are awesome.
and,
man.
and unfortunately with the pandemic, and we didn't have the best weather when the pandemic first started
That's
in the cold
right.
months,
Yeah,
so they're just
yeah.
getting going now.
It snowed in May.
I know. What was up with that? Anyways, they are about to open up patio season and everything that's going on over there. So make sure that you get yourself a Krusty the Cone or a cookies and cream or the Bounty Killer down at 780 Queen Street East, and go support local ice cream businesses. You want soft serve? Forget about the ice cream truck. Get yourself down to Sweet Jesus.
What do they say about their soft serve? It's like they say something. Their slogan or something about soft serve, taking it to a whole nother level.
Possibly. I think you might be onto something if they're not.
If you're a soft serve,
If you're a
ice
soft
cream,
serve
if you're just an ice cream person,
if you're an ice cream carnivore like I am, get down to
and
Sweet
your
Jesus.
wife.
And my wife raves about it. We drove all the way from Oshawa down to Queen Street East at 780 to get this ice cream. So I'm telling you, it's worth it. And we've
The
been back a couple
Carnegies
times
don't
since.
get out much, so when they do, they
go to Sweet Jesus.
They go to Sweet
They
Jesus.
say a prayer and they go to Sweet Jesus.
They take it to a whole nother
nother
level.
level.
Support local small business, Sweet Jesus.
Sweet Jesus.
And like I was saying before, today's a special day in our studio because you guys don't really get to see the behind the scenes stuff. So obviously Robbie Soul, we mention him every episode. He's more of a incognito type.
It's like kind of like Where's Waldo?
Yes, yeah. Where's Robbie Soul?
Where's Robbie Soul?
Nobody knows.
He's
but,
the guy behind the camera.
He's the guy
Behind the action.
who gets things, moving around here. But joining us today, just to come, see how the magic happens behind the camera and live, is our very own video editor, Druzy. Druzy, get out here, buddy.
What's going on, boys?
So here he is. There's Druzy.
What's going on, guys?
We picked him up right from Ryerson.
First round draft pick.
First round pick.
First round
100%.
draft pick.
Only pick.
Only
We
pick.
only had one pick.
Yeah.
And we took Druzy with it. We didn't really have any more options. But
Whoa. I'm gonna defend our boy over here. I don't know where he's going with it, but this was the only option for me.
that's it. All right. Well,
Boys, thanks. Thanks for
yeah.
having me here.
Thanks. If
Bro.
you don't, have a video editor to help you out with your stuff like we didn't, holler at your boy, Druzy. Hit him up. But where are you on Instagram?
Where you at?
A Melo _. Hit me up.
Hit him
There
up.
he is.
Hit him up. Let's
Hit him
go.
up. And he likes the camera. Look, he won't even leave now. Look at him. He's
Yo,
stuck
he's-
with us all episode.
I can't believe I'm
Look at
twice
him.
his age. Hey, look at I'm also twice his size.
He's not a Ryerson alum yet, but he will be, and he's just a man. You see all our video edits.
Ryerson, they're going through a little bit of a transition period right now.
Yeah.
Are you still going to be at Ryerson, or are you at University X right now? What's going on?
We don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the Ryerson stuff.
Ex-University, that's
Jeez, touchy.
That's a Pod 6
That's
Network type of episode right there.
Anyways, we just want to introduce you to Andrew Melo because Druzy makes all those sweet edits.
Yep. Keeps the boys looking a little bit.
What does
prim
our
and
buddy
proper.
Rowley say that we're going to talk to him later? Greasy edits. He's got the greasy cuts. And yeah, you know, if you
Sets
need a
us up with
video
the
editor,
backdoor tap-ins.
yeah, absolutely. And if you need a video editor, holler at your boy,
Holler at him.
Druzy. But thank you for being here, buddy. And moving to our next guest, Rick Rowley. All right, moving along to our guest coming up.
Man of the hour.
We kind of switched things up this episode.
We wanted to keep you guys on your toes.
That's right, and we wanted to give everybody, you know, a fresh breath of air.
Yep.
So that, you know,
Breath of fresh air. I think that's
that what it was?
I think
Is
that's
that what
how-
I meant to
think
say?
so.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't
We're
know.
finishing each other's sentences now. That's cute. We're kind of married now.
Oh no, prenup.
Oh!
But moving on to our next guest, he's a comedian. He's toured across Canada with the Yuck Yucks. He's all over social media.
All over social media.
Everybody has seen these videos. They're freaking hilarious.
I'm so shocked.
Like-
And I'm so like nervous because I've seen some of the stuff that he's done, and I'm just like, all right, it's about to get popping.
It's like some videos you show your girl and some you don't.
Well, you don't. I don't think I show my girl any
Any of
it.
them? Come on, some of them are good. But, you know, he's a comedian. He's a huge hockey fan.
Huge
Leaf
Laughs
fan.
Oh, Leafs fan. Sorry,
Laughs?
not Laughs, not Leafs.
Well,
Leafs
he's
fan.
going to give us some laughs, hopefully. Not like the Leafs, though.
Oh.
And, you know, he has his own podcast, the Beauty Sauce Podcast.
What a beauty name.
Great name.
Part of the game for sure.
Part of the game.
Part of the game.
Definitely
for
not
sure.
a penalty.
Definitely not a penalty.
He actually just did a big podcast with the Missing Curfew Boys.
Who?
Your buddy O'Brien
Obi?
and
Shane O'Brien?
Upshaw there.
Upshaw?
So, you know, he's blowing up. The kid is absolutely hilarious. We're going to Rick Rowley.
What's going on, you fucking beauties?
What's up? There he is.
Dude, that was quite the intro I got. I don't think I've ever gone to one that nice. I wanted to say something, though. Rain, you're talking about fucking finishing each other's sentences, eh? You guys had lots of time on the fucking bench together, eh? To get nice and close. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I thought of that.
And maybe if we had better coaching, we'd win a game instead of getting to know each other on the bench. It'd actually put us in the game,
No
and maybe we
kidding.
could have helped out the Maple Leafs.
Fuck, boys, that would have been nice. Where to fucking start with that team, eh?
Bro, what? You call that a team? You call that a team? Like, I can't believe my son is 9 years old. God bless his soul, okay? He has in his bedroom, and I can send in pictures, you guys will see, a shrine. Marner, Matthews, JT, you know, he got put out of commission.
Injury.
Unfortunate
Yeah.
injury. JT's still my boy. And if we had JT, things might have been, I hope, different. I'd like to think different. But that being said, my son has the shrine. And he's like, Dad, should I tear it down? I don't have an answer for my son.
Yeah, right. You're like, yes.
The answer is yes. Tell him to fucking quit while he can. Don't go down that road for too many years, because then you're stuck. Get out of the toxic relationship now before it gets fucking worse.
Do you think that there's any hope for them? There's a lot of, attention around the core four, the big four. We got Matthews, we got Marner, we got Nylander, and we got Johnny T. Who knows if we're going to get the same Johnny T that we had before the injury? I hope we do. But with those four, do you go no more, or do you give them one more chance?
Buds, we are fucked. That's all I'm going to say, okay? Sorry to Leafs fans. No, not a chance in hell. They've had enough kicks at the fucking can. Marner, I'm sorry. He's stuck there. No one's touching that contract, okay, with a fucking stripper pole. And Matthews, he's going to piss off to fucking Arizona in a few years anyways.
No,
Dude,
he can't leave us to go to Phoenix.
He's gone. I have a feeling too.
No.
But
Why? But
speaking
why
of
would he to fucking give him half the team? What's happening?
So Rick, speaking of the Leafs, you're from a small town, Ontario, Napanee.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, you either are a Montreal Canadiens fan if you live in Napanee, because you're pretty much halfway to Montreal and you're halfway to Toronto. So tell us, how did you become a diehard Leaf fan?
And have you switched your alliance now that, you know, this is worse than what did Brian Burke say about the collapse against Boston Bruins? I think he had like this famous quote out there, like, this is worse than diving off the cliff, like a steamroller.
He said 18-wheeler off a fucking cliff. This loss right here was a fucking 18-wheeler in a gas station, boys. It was fucking, we lit that shit on fire. Okay, so to answer your question about Montreal Canadiens, my dad's from Montreal, so he's a diehard Habs fan, and I hate my fucking father, so that's the reason why. No, I'm just kidding. Montreal's a great place to party. You guys know that.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
You would go there when you're like 16, 17, right? Go straight to the fucking Peeler bars right on St. Catherine, but no. You know what? I just, there was something about it. Like, Toronto stuck out to me as a kid, and I just, I don't know. I liked it. The games were there. I was a huge fan of fucking Mats and Cujo, and some of those teams. We went on some runs, and I thought we could have gotten it done. And I don't know, but that's how it started. I can't. If I could do it all over again, maybe I fucking would. But I don't know, but I try to stick around as long as possible. I don't know how much more I can take, though. I think I'm going to snap soon, you know?
So you haven't snapped yet? Because I have a lot of friends, Rick, that are really on the fence, you know? And they're like, maybe this is the sign that you're talking about. Get out of the toxic relationship. And there's a new team. Like, you don't have to cheat on your, you don't have to cheat right now. You don't have to cheat and pick a different team. You don't have to pick an original six. You don't have to pick.
There's different classifications of cheating, though.
Is there?
Yeah, like if you're texting someone inappropriately,
I think that it's all one and the same. I mean, honey, hey, you know what I'm saying, babe? Love you. Anyways.
Well, we know Britt's a greasy fuck right here.
Oh, that's, I guess so, with those types of comments. With that hair and that shirt. With this shirt, I don't know.
Is there emotional cheating? Is there physical cheating? You know? I want to know.
But we there's a new participant.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like the Cinderella, you know, glass slipper, gonna come into the league, maybe be the new
Who's that? Seattle Kraken?
The Seattle
Are you
Kraken.
serious? You're actually turning to the Kraken?
It's either the Kraken or the Knights.
This guy must be smoking that Kraken, because I don't know how you like the Seattle Kraken.
Yeah, we'll start calling the fans fucking crackheads. You're in the crackhead now. No, you know, boys, you know what? I actually have to agree with Rain. You know what? If you can still be a fan of the fucking game, right? Just watch it. Take a step back a little bit emotionally, you know? I don't know. It's not worth the fucking pain. I was this close to start throwing patio furniture right off my fucking balcony, and literally, I would have blown up like fucking Chair Girl. You guys ever hear of Chair Girl?
Oh yeah, my wife follows her on Instagram. I see her almost every day, unfortunately.
I know, and she's like, that blew up her career. She got fucking verified from it. Now I kind of wish I would have started throwing some fucking furniture off there. I don't know. Maybe I'm not that fucking good looking. But anyways, boys, all I'm saying is maybe just emotionally take it. I think next year I'm just gonna try to watch hockey like as a fan, you know, and just not give these guys, because I tell you, man, I don't know what it is. But everything bothers me about them. That fucking CN Tower shit, that whole Justin Bieber hanging out with them. Fuck that guy. Like, I don't like
Beeb,
them. I don't.
Beebs
I
is
don't
Beebs. I have to like
It's
I have
making them
to.
soft, right?
Beebs it like peaches down in Georgia. Like that's my tune right now. Me and my daughter get a little 1-2 going. Got my peaches down in Georgia. You know, like
Okay,
like,
you know what, boys? He. I admit he's got a couple fucking bangers, but writing us a song. Do you remember when he wrote us a song earlier?
Terrible,
yeah.
What was
terrible,
that shit?
terrible intro song.
Oh,
Terrible
yeah.
intro song for the Leafs. But why didn't he mention like he gets his apples out in Toronto or in Ontario? Like, you know, he's got his peaches in Georgia, his weed in California. Where are you getting your apples?
100%.
Not from the Leafs because they didn't get very many
They don't
apples
pass
in
the
the
puck. How are you
playoffs.
gonna get an apple if they don't pass the puck?
But
Yeah.
sorry, Rick, going back to Napanee. So there's only a few things that really came out of Napanee. There's a team that was close to you, an OHL team that Rain played for, the Belleville Bulls.
Shout out Bell
Fucking
Vegas. Bell Vegas.
I want you to touch on the Belleville Bulls a bit, but also there was a Canadian rock star, or I would say pop star,
Pop star, more pop.
Avril Lavigne. So I want you to touch on the Belleville Bills, and then did you know Avril Lavigne? Let us know about her.
Like we kind of knew Drake back in the day, so like we wanted to see if you were as cool as us to kind of know Drake by like passing by him.
So that's fucking sick, by the way. Yes, I think Avril Lavigne's a fucking pigeon, first off. I have my reason. I'm not just like going after every Canadian musician. There's usually a reason why like I say this shit. So we used to play road hockey on Avril Lavigne Street, and this is a crazy story. So on Halloween, the year that she got famous, we went to her house trick-or-treating, but her family was having like some sort of Halloween party, and they didn't want any like kids coming up. Like, who doesn't give out candy on fucking Halloween, right? So apparently someone put a sign up saying like no trick-or-treaters, but you know, some kids were just pissed and they just tore the sign down, obviously. Because again, who doesn't give out fucking candy? So we knocked on the door and she came out and she yelled at us and she was like, "Read the sign," and she just slammed the door on her face. I was like, "Fuck, bud, why do you gotta be so complicated?" And from that moment on, I was like, I don't like this girl very much. So, she's from Napanee. She came one time back to Napanee, and they were honoring her at Town Hall, and they closed down the whole road. So I had to like go to the fucking, I think, Highway 7 to get home, and it took me an extra 15 minutes. That's another reason why I don't like her. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, I guess she's all right. That one running I had with her, I didn't really care for her, though.
So Halloween is also a time when kids tend to be kids and get a little mischievous. And I remember Halloween was a time that you would go trick-or-teething. You'd see like a group. You'd see like a younger group of kids, and you'd be with your boys and be like, "Yo, I don't want to go to all these houses. I'm just gonna, hey, what do you got in there? Hey, give me a handful. But we also had right beside our candy bag, we had our knapsack full of eggs. So we'd go around and we would. So did you ever, because of that, get out of here, we're not giving candy this year, we're gonna have our own little
Avril
party.
Lavigne's house
Did you
lit
have
up
a
like
little
Christmas
weapon
tree?
beside you of some eggs that you?
No, so last summer I drove by her house and I told the story and I recorded the video and I just rolled down the window. I'm like, "Fuck you," and I just drove away. But I never egged her house. I did egg like other houses because I was just like a reckless kid. But in a small town, when you get caught, like it's sort of different. Like the police officer just said, "Well, I'm gonna have to tell your parents about this." Like it wasn't even. I didn't get arrested or anything, right? 'Cause small towns, they don't really like. It's weird. Crime in small towns is a lot different than the city.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I might go back and fucking egg her house. I haven't decided yet. I don't think she lives there anymore though. That was a long time ago. I think her family like moved and shit.
True. And then going to the other question about the Belleville Bulls. Do you remember this guy, this Bellevillian Bull, Rayne Carnegie, Mr. 18 goals rookie season, first round pick, Rayne Carnegie? Do you remember him from cheering on those Belleville Bulls and Spezza and the boys?
Fucking right. A lot of people wonder, like, because I get chirped a lot on the internet for talking about hockey so much. Like, did you even play fucking hockey? And I literally, this is crazy. I started straight into rep when I was like 12 years old because I played for the Desirado Bulldogs. Good old, which is like
Desirado, yeah, that's on your way there to Napanee,
Yeah.
right? Like around Belleville and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's like it's
a little-
closer to Napanee, but they got a rink there. They had a hockey team out, and my mom used to get the fucking bag darts from there too. So
The reserve.
yeah,
That's
Same
right.
with my mom. Hi, Rochelle.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
it's so they're a lot fucking cheaper out in the reserve, eh? So, anyways, we had a hockey tournament at the old barn, the Yardman Arena.
Nice.
So that legendary fucking. By the way, do the Senators play there?
The
Yes, they
AHL
do.
team, yeah.
Yes, they do.
Oh my.
Yeah,
I can't believe they have an AHL team. That's like crazy. But anyways, so anyways, like I thought it was such a big deal because it was like I played for the Bulls. We're playing in this, or I played for the Bulldogs, and we're in the fucking barn where the Belleville Bulls play. And I tried explaining this story when we had talked before, but I could have sworn some Belleville Bulls came to our fucking school one time. Sorry, Rain. The Frontenacs were fucking booked, so we had to send No, I'm just kidding.
Anthony Stewart and the
look at
boys
it.
were too popular at
Anthony
that
Stewart
time.
and Shane O'Brien.
That's right, Shane
from
O'Brien,
Missing
your buddy
Curfew.
Shane O'Brien.
Yeah, he played for their France. Apparently, he said their head coach used to fucking hack like a pack of darts just from Belleville to Kingston on the bus ride home. So
Mav is a beauty. Larry Mav.
Yeah,
rest,
Mav, I
rest,
heard,
rest
I
in peace. Rest his soul.
yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, like when you're in Napanee, you kind of have both, right? Like it's like there's some Frontenacs fans and there's some Bulls fans. But I don't know, Buds. I think just because Belleville's just a fucking meat and potatoes kind of town, eh? Like fucking hard-working blue collar. Like I think I was leaning more towards the fucking Bulls, to be honest. I had a couple great nights out in fucking Bell Vegas too. MJ's.
Matt and Joe's Little Texas. Yeah.
Texas.
Little Texas.
And then there's one Ripper bar, I think.
There's a couple. I
couple.
I don't know if there's a couple actually. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either. The cabaret, aka the go-go, but anyway.
Anyway, the boo, whatever. Who's like
go-go.
Halloween. Speaking of Halloween.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a few peeler bars there. I just think Bell was a fucking like kind of a beauty town, to be honest. I think it turns fucking boys into men, quite frankly. So yeah, I was a fan of the Bulls, and they had some good players too, like Stajan and Spezza, and so fucking it's good to see that the Senators are there. Although I can only imagine if you're an NHL player and you got sent to the jungle and you had to fucking live in Belleville, like going like playing the show, that must be a little rough for some of the guys.
So
No disrespect.
So, Rick, you talked about, we're going to go back a little bit there. You talked about the CN Tower. The CN Tower, that they lit it up for the Montreal Canadiens. They lit it red, white, and blue, or whatever, the way it's coordinated. I don't even know. I thought that was the United States flag. Give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, fuck. I don't know, like, first off, I just got to say that this is, like, by far the softest shit in the world. I'm sorry, but I just don't, I think it all started with participation trophies, bro. Like, and just handing those out, we've just become so fucking soft of everything. And I don't understand. Montreal, number one, they would never do that for us at all. Yeah. I don't like that they picked the fucking CN Tower to the highest building in Toronto you could see from virtually anywhere in the city to rub it in. Like, you can see the CN Tower from fucking Hamilton, for Christ's sakes. And so I can't even, anywhere I fucking look outside, like, there's a building in front of the CN Tower where I live. I'm like, thank fucking Christ, because the old place I lived at with my girl, you could see the CN Tower, and I fucking would have done a backflip right off that fucking balcony. And I don't get it. I don't know. I'd like to know who's in charge of this shit to like write them a letter. Like, I don't know if that's like Dougie Ford or fucking Treese and Ham or.
But do you think that whoever it was, they're just that upset at the Leafs, and it was just like, you want to know what? You guys kind of deserve this. Like as a player,
as a big FU, is that what you're saying?
A big FU.
Yeah.
Like you guys.
Maybe.
Like I'm sorry to say, I was a diehard Leafs fan. And I still bleed blue, but I'm switching teams. Like I just have to because it was a toxic relationship for a long time.
Yeah.
But like that as a player, and I played a little bit. Like, To see that, like, if that doesn't get these guys jacked up to put in the best off season of their lives to make sure that they come back foaming out of the mouth.
For sure.
Like if they do decide, which I think they're probably going to do, they're going to keep their core. If they do keep those core four for one more year, those guys have to get
They have to do
and
something.
they have to. They have to.
They have to win a round.
Otherwise, we're going to have riots. We're going to have a civil war here in Toronto. We're going to have Habs fans parading on the street. We're going to have Leafs fans.
We were talking about it last episode, eh, Rick? What do you think about Toronto and like the diversity in teams that like all these people walking around with different jerseys, you know, not supporting the Leafs? Like, what do you think of that? Like, you don't see that in Montreal. You don't see that in Boston. You don't see that in like these main, you know, hockey towns.
You might see the odd Colorado jersey in Quebec because of Patrick Waugh.
True. The Nordiques.
Which a little sidetrack for a second.
Yeah.
How sick would it be if the Avalanche pull this fucking series and then they play Montreal? I wish they would go to the No Dicks Tarps, and then you'd have the Battle of fucking Quebec in the.
That would be sick.
But yeah, that would be amazing. But yeah,
it wouldn't do well for your pool, which you're running away with.
Speaking to my question, how do you feel about that? Seeing all these like different jerseys running around Toronto, celebrating in our city, like what kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, I mean, it is in theory like it's kind of BS, but in all honesty, like I just feel like I'm kind of tired of defending them a little bit too. Like it's like I don't want to go on the street and like be like, no, show some respect for this because I don't even know if I still have respect for the team. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's only like if you brought like your fucking buddy to a party, right, and he just starts acting like a fucking idiot, like grabbing balls, like smashing him on his head or whatever, just there'd be a point where you want to stick up. After a while, you're like, man, just get the fuck out of this party. no one wants you here. So I see what you mean, but also it's like I don't even really have the power to defend them, and I'm posting shit up and on my Instagram, like I guess it's more of an intimate following, but I've been posting some of that shit up on that app TikTok, right? And the amount of people coming at me and like just like they're really like we're a huge joke. I don't think you guys realize how much fans from other teams like laugh at us. So it's like I don't even really care anymore. Like when people are just like disrespecting us in all honesty, because I got nothing. There's no other team. Buffalo's the only team I can shit on, right? Or maybe Ottawa because their arena is fucking half a pack of darts out of town. But that's it. We can't shit on anybody else, man. We just can't.
For sure.
At least we still got Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo is the butthole of the NHL for sure. But back to the CN Tower thing. So our producer just pulled it up on the screen there. The CN Tower is federal government. Yeah. So is it a conspiracy that Justin Trudeau, our Prime Minister, is a Montreal Canadiens fan? And then our CN Tower is a federal building that gets lit up like with the Canadiens colors?
I never liked Trudeau, bud. And do you know that he also like all of a sudden the travel ban conveniently got like revoked when all of a sudden the Habs are in the Final Four? Like I don't know, man.
Like what's going on?
Wow.
They get
Fuck this
2,500
whole
in the
Disney
building.
thing.
We get
500.
500.
They get
They
2,500.
get 2,500.
Travel bans
Travel
lifted.
ban lifted.
I think we're onto something here.
We just
Yeah.
like debunked
We just debunked.
the CN Tower
Oh
color
my God.
scheme.
That fucking Disney prince looking motherfucker. I don't like him.
It's
all a conspiracy.
He does look like a
So moving on. So you're a huge hockey
Yeah.
fan. You're also a
Yeah.
comedian. You before the pandemic, the lockdown, and all this stuff that's been happening to us, you were out there. You're doing shows. You're doing stand-up comedy. Like we said in the intro, you're touring a bit with Yuck Yucks. You know, you're
Yeah.
making a name for yourself as Rick Rowley, the comedian. But then you shifted to social media, and you've absolutely have blown up. Your videos are like all over the place, all over, North America, the world.
Thanks, bud.
Tell us how that came about. Like, was it like right away were you thinking, we got to move to hockey and do some funny vids, or like what was that about?
Yeah.
Just tell us a bit about your social media and stuff.
Yeah, no worries. So, so I've been actually like doing stand-up comedy for probably about like 8 or 9 years, and let me just say that literally, I got more exposure in probably one day from my online shit than I did in 9 years doing stand-up comedy. But I'll get to that how it started in a sec. But yeah, like I did the stand-up but I don't know if you guys know, it's very hard for fucking Canadian comedians to make a living doing stand-up comedy. Like there's headliners that literally make like fucking $10,000 a year. Like it's literally like it's hard, man.
Wow.
Like even like there's probably about like headliners that are like 35-year-old dudes, 40-year-old dudes that actually all live in a house together. And a comedian's house, all comedian house is not as funny as you'd think. It's literally the saddest shit in the world.
Oh, man. You know what? Before you go on there, let me cut you off. So my mom's house, we live next door to a bunch of comedians. All right. Shout out to my buddy Grant. And there was this guy, Trevor Wilson. I think his last name's Trevor, Big Trevor. So he's on that
from Letterkenny.
Yeah, he's on Letterkenny. So Trevor, we would our porches are attached. So we'd be on one side and the comedians would be on the other, and we would just merge porches and you know what? It is what Rick's saying. It's pretty sad how they're living.
Wait,
but it was freaking hilarious.
Is this downtown Toronto?
Yeah, downtown Toronto, St. Clarence Avenue.
Oh, this might be the fucking comedian house that still has comedians living there.
Yeah, they do. My buddy
know,
TJ still lives there,
Oh,
and
man.
another guy.
No, it might not be that one. It could be another one. But the point is, comedians they live together, and it's just fucking struggle. So the reason why I was saying that was, I just kind of looked at everything. I was like, man, I'm going down a path that doesn't really have, a fucking future. It doesn't look like I'm gonna. But I was starting to do well to stand, and people were saying that they really like kind of my personality up there a little bit, right? So then I was like, okay, yeah, all right. And a couple comedians told me, they said, well, you won't shut the fuck up about hockey, so why don't you just start doing videos with that? I was like, all right, fuck, I guess. So I literally started doing actual hockey chirps. And I think it was my second video, or second or third, but it went completely viral on fucking Barstool Sports.
Nice.
And yeah, from there I was just getting people following me. I was like, holy shit. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna keep fucking going with this. And then early on, Spitting Chicklets, those boys, they were sharing my stuff quite a bit, and definitely they're really good to me, especially Mike Grinnell, the producer. He wrote up a blog, and he was calling me, I think, the third best hockey account. I was right behind fucking Brandon Gallagher. Apparently,
Nice.
yeah, they're hockey TikTok. Apparently, Gallagher has a fucking better TikTok account than me, that fucker. But no, it's no, it's all good. His shit's pretty funny. So those guys were helping me out. And then this was weird. So I switched over to NHL Team Rose, and then fucking I did an Islanders roast, and I don't know who it was, but somebody tagged Kevin Connolly on there, and so then Kevin Connolly fucking DM'd me, and I was just like, oh fuck, boy, I'm about to get reamed out by Eric Murphy from fucking Entourage. He's gonna chirp me, bro. And so I fucking threw in a Nicorette right before I opened the fucking message because I was a little nervous. And he was like, good roast, kid. Now do the Rangers. So, because he hates the Rangers. So I was like, okay. So I did. And then he just asked me if I wanted to roast the Missing Curfew Boys. So that's when they were with Action Park Media. And then I did that. And then fucking those boys started kind of loving my shit. And then from there, like other hockey guys started kind of like following it. And so, yeah, it just kind of like works in like small steps. But I also too, like I love hockey, don't get me wrong, but I'm also a comedian, and there's like kind of like more to me than just that. And I'm trying to show that off too, right? So I can kind of appeal to a more like broad audience. So I definitely like to throw the comedy videos, and then that's just building my own online following from whatever app. So it's kind of like a combination of everything. Like I sort of see it like fucking Trailer Park Boys meets like I don't know, Don Cherry or something.
Letter Kenny.
Yeah.
So speaking of the podcast and all those amazing accounts that started posting your stuff, recently you got a call from those Missing Curfew Boys, and they actually had you on their podcast. Tell us a bit about that and how that came about and how that went.
Yeah, no, it was fucking unreal because like those boys were just kind of like. They posted a lot of my shit before, like on their page, so I knew that they like liked me. And then like Obi and I we talked quite a bit. And Hayes, I talked a little bit to Jimmy too. Not so much Scotty, but because Scotty's always fucking wheeling and dealing. But anyways, Obi, he had mentioned I was supposed to go on a while ago, and he brought me up in the podcast. I got bumped for fucking Brian Burke. Well, you, Berkey.
Shout out Brian Burke, who's on the board of directors of the Carnegie Initiative.
All right.
Love Brian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was announced a few weeks ago.
Berkey's a beauty, by the way. Just so you know. I never thought I'd heard that, though. On a podcast, I heard Obi say, sorry, Rowley, you got bumped for fucking Brian Burke. I was like, I never thought I would be in a sentence like that. But so anyways,
amazing.
When I started doing like my Leafs videos, like as you could probably tell, I was quite emotional and very fucking irritated on those videos. Yeah. And it actually it worked in my favor because he was just loving it and those boys. So they just said, let's throw you on to roast the Leafs. I'm like, well, I got fucking a lot of opinions about the Leafs. And yeah, I was definitely nervous, but like I get like that for everything. Like big comedy shows. The thing with me is once I step onto the stage or I'm like in a Zoom call, even with you boys, like on my way home, it's like, oh fuck man, gotta go kill this out there, boys. Gotta
fucking
right.
But
yeah, but it's like you get nervous, but it's like but you get up in your head, but it's like once you're actually there, you're like, man, let's just go have fun, and that's what you kind of gotta do. So yeah, I was just kind of a bit nervous, and then fucking Obi, he mentioned he'd like to get me on there a little bit more, and he says he wants to get pinned in fucking August. So I was like, all right,
sign me up.
Yeah, I'll get fucked up with you, but it was kind of cool. Yeah, so it helped me out too because. Like a lot of hockey guys been DMing me and stuff and saying that they like my shit. A lot of people, I get fucking chirped like crazy, boys. I'm not gonna lie.
So how do you navigate, between the fan mail, and the haters? Like how you're on the come up. We like to call back like people on the come up, right?
Yeah,
it seems like you have that momentum built behind you. We're fucking fortunate enough to have you on our show.
Absolutely.
Like, thank you. But like you said, there's a lot of hate. So like,
yeah. So Dude, honestly, it's like a little bit of everything. Like it's like so I've had like for instance like I actually there was a girl recently who was a fan who just got a tattoo merch of one of my fucking like logos, and I was like, holy fuck!
A tattoo of your logo?
No, just one of my logos that I have for my merch. Not my face.
Oh, okay.
My face isn't on her, and like no, you thought for a second my face was like on someone's ass. No, not like that. But so there's the good stuff. I also had like a dude recently like proposition me with some pretty like greasy stuff. And to be honest, I have a girlfriend. I don't really swing that way. No judgment, but it was just even just for like if I did, it was a little strong right off the bat. Maybe I won't bring it up on part of the game. It's a little greasy.
Was it a penalty or was it part of the game?
It was a penalty, but it's a fucking 5-minute major conduct. So there's the good stuff, but then there's also like people who are just like chirp. Like I actually took notifications off my Instagram. I used to have them, but I got rid of them because there was a lot of DMs pouring. I couldn't keep up to all of them. And sometimes I just want to hang out with my girl, but also I had some fucking pigeons at 3:00 in the morning calling me, telling me that they wanted to come fucking fight me. Like, yeah, like, and dudes I've never met before. They just call me like they're like just like whatever. Like you just got maybe because I didn't play in the show or because I'm fucking, I don't know, because I'm a beauty. I have no idea. But all these people. They just come at me like pretty aggressive. One dude during the playoffs, he was from Montreal. He said that he was going to drive all the way from Montreal to Toronto to fight. Like that was it. And I was just like, first off, like you have so much time on your hands, bud, that you could just literally cancel whatever it is doing to drive 5 hours to fight somebody. I don't think I would drive that far for a fucking Tilly. And number two is he didn't even give me a location in the city. Like, at all. Like, it was just like Toronto. Like,
what if he would have said Napanee, would that have made a difference? Like a smaller town?
Right? You want a real greasy fight? The Walmart Napanee right in front. That's a greasy fight. So yeah, give me a location if you want to fight or something like that. Don't just say you're coming to the city to fight. I won't answer you. If you text me and say I'm in Toronto, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not coming to meet you.
Who this? Wrong number.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what, Rain? I looked at your Pims on Hockey DB. I'm not a fucking scrapper. Like I'm a fucking, I'm a comedian. I don't really fight ever. I use my words like usually to fight. So it's just like it's just one of those things. So yeah, there's a little bit of both, and I think it's just honestly it's about I take a little bit to get back to people unless it's like a proposition like this. Like if we're doing something that I'll get back. But if it's kind of just like not business related, people are just DMing me, be patient. I try to get back as soon as possible. And I love the people who are nice to me, the people who are fucking pigeons. I just try to shrug them off. I chirp back sometimes, and that don't usually work out well. They get a little more aggressive.
You have any other good chirps in your DMs that you want to share with us? Any other ones that stood out besides the guy ready to drive 5 hours to fight you anywhere in Toronto? It didn't specify.
What is your T-shirt say? I've been staring at your T-shirt. What does your T-shirt say?
Oh, it says, must be hard to rub one out when you got no hands. It was actually my first ever video that went viral. The first ever chirp I ever said. So like when people would know me from the internet was this fucking chirp. It was, so yeah, so it's kind of like a little nostalgic thing. I got it. Yeah, exactly. So,
I need one of those. I need one of those.
Yeah, boys.
To give to this guy.
I'll send you some. You guys gotta send me fucking merch back. But no, honestly, the chirps. I've had people say they're gonna fucking wire my jaw shut so they don't have to like hear me talk and stuff. And Yeah, just like shit. Like I think I just have like a really like fuck you face and like voice because I'm like I just got like this shit grin on my face. I'm like smiling. I sound like a stoner. I just think people sometimes just fucking hate, and that's fine. Like I don't really care what they think, but it's just like yeah, French fans, like some of the Habs fans, man, they're just fucking they're just violent in all honesty.
So going back to your chirps that you chirp the Islanders, then they want you to chirp the Rangers. We thought it would be funny that we're gonna give you a 2-minute power play.
Or until he like if he bangs one out, like scores a goal because he has hands.
If you end the power play with a quick goal, we're gonna stop you. Power play.
You don't just get to keep on scoring like more and more goals.
This isn't the old NHL
Unless you're talking about him.
where you could keep scoring in the 2 minutes.
Well, if it's a major, are we giving him a 2-minute power play?
So we're gonna give you a power play. We want you to put your roasting and your chirps to the test here. You're gonna chirp Be Love, and you're gonna chirp Rainbow Rain Carnegie, and we want to see what you got. So starting now, your power play's on. Let's go, Ricky. What do you got?
Okay, here you go. Let's start with you fucking pigeon. You, Buds, I'm talking to you. Fucking house league stud of the Parkdale Flames is what I hear about you. I did some research on to find some dirt about you. 2-time beer leaguer champ with the Cougars in the DMHL. Your scoring chances are like my fucking dating life, bud. Awkward, shitty, and non-existent. The only shots you're taking is at a fucking Denny's with a I fucked this roast up. The only shots you're taking is at a fucking TGI Fridays with a flock of divorced dads. That's the one I got. Okay, so Ray, I heard some of this about you. Please don't kick my ass. I heard your first round pick with the Belleville Bulls. Heard a precious guest said that you had first round skill, 9th round feet, and fucking 10th round work ethic. And apparently you also lost in the finals at Maple Leafs Gardens because you were held off the score sheet after averaging 7 tucks a game, you fucking pigeon. Top titty, buddy. You couldn't even hit my grandma's sagging titty. Do you guys get that one? Top titty. You can hit my grandma's sagging titty.
Of course.
And buddy, you better start fucking smoke signals because your hockey career is lost in the jungle. Sorry, buds. I had you, but I still think you're a fucking beauty. Boys, I'm sorry.
Well done.
It's actually hard to chirp on the spot. I'm not gonna lie. Normally I pre-record them, but I'm like,
hey,
done. Bro,
well done.
amazing.
That was fucking had me in tears, buddy.
Oh, man.
I fucked my words a little bit.
Hey,
so
it's
do
all
I.
good.
So
The
do I all
fucking
the
point
time.
got across. All right.
Point got across.
Yeah.
Fucking point taken, buddy.
Oh, man.
And you know what? We had actually, I want to fucking go on the penalty kill here and dump this puck out. That Cougars team, I fucking led the league in the finals. I led the league in the season
This
in
guy.
points. So to all my Cougars,
He has a Zdeno
Let's
Chara stick that's about 17 feet long. The worst feet in the
Octopus.
league. But he's just friggin' just Lance Armstrong, RoboCop, or friggin' what's the guy? Go Gadget. What's that guy's name? Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Go Gadget.
Poke
stick.
check.
Poke check. Like he's
What,
the
are
worst.
Are you a fucking mutant, bro? Are you like, how tall are you?
I'm only 6 and a bit.
only
6 and a
six.
Why
bit.
you got such a long twig, bud?
Because he's a duster, bro.
You know what?
Because he doesn't know how to
I'll
play.
tell you right now, because growing up, I love scoring goals. Now that I'm grown up, I love
Just not enough.
not letting people score goals. That's my thing.
Just not enough
Fuck
goals.
you, you're not
Just
scoring
not
tonight.
enough goals to help us win the championship.
I had one.
You had one, but you
I
said
had a goal.
you said you love to score goals, plural. No?
How many did
not
you
good.
have?
One's not good enough.
How many did you have? Rick, tell him
See,
how
that's-
many he had.
That's how you know that I can chirp, is I got the fucking teammates chirping each other now. I got in your head, boys.
Well done. So Rick, now you got your own podcast. You've been repping.
Yeah.
And what an awesome name.
Bro.
The Beauty
Yeah.
Sauce Podcast.
Is
Rick
it,
Rowley.
is it trademarked? Because maybe we might
Yeah, we might have to,
pull
scoop
up.
it.
Talk to our lawyers.
But I
and
was
see
going to
what's
ask
going on.
you, so, we've been cooking with steam here. We've been getting some good guests. Matt Stajan, George LaRock, Rick Rowley, Shrimp, Michaela, like Joey G. We have a lot of great guests. Adam Dennis. Rancourt. Am I missing anyone? Louis Vidge. Okay, we'll stop there before we, give away our whole season. You had a pretty cool guest.
Yeah.
It might be your only guest. I don't think you've had another guest since.
Yeah, he actually was. He actually was my only guest, to be honest. I was fucking. I was a little nervous, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta try getting some guests on here," because sometimes I just kind of. It sounds weird, but I just fucking keep going on. I'm like, man, I gotta spice things up a little bit, right? So I started DMing a bunch of hockey players, and then fucking Dave Bolin was like the first one that was just basically like, yeah, man, let's fucking do it. And I don't know if it's because he had seen me on the Mission Curfew socials, but he was like, let's fucking go. And it was my first time ever like having a conversation with like a national leaguer. Like this was before I did that show. So I was just like, I was nervous as fuck. Like I was just like sitting there like right before going, and then all of a sudden the screen comes on, he joins the Zoom meeting, I see fucking Davey Bolin, his beauty flow, fucking 2-time Stanley Cup winner. And I did the interview, it was okay. And then I think I was like trying too hard to be friends with him after. If that makes sense, because I didn't know how to end the interview. Like I was just like, I fucked up my wording on it anyways. I said, I'm so happy I was on your show today. And I was like, but you were on my fucking show. And then and I was like, oh, bye. Like I just said that. And then that was like literally it. So it was awkward as fuck. And then all of a sudden I just ended it. And I was like trying to talk to him after. I think he was just like, all right, bud, like I gotta get fucking going here. No, for the record, he was very polite. Like he was. I'm not even saying for him. Like it was more of me. Like I was just like telling him like, yeah, like I kind of know like some of the boys from like the Mystic Curve, and he's just like, yeah, all right, sounds good. And it was just like again, he was just nice enough to do it, but I think he was kind of just like, all right, kid, I did you a favor, now let me get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's cool though, man. That's
amazing.
hey, you got to sit down with what, 2-time Stanley Cup or just one?
Yeah.
2-time, yeah. So
No, yeah, he won it
special.
twice, so
yeah.
It was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, the whole up, and it helped me too because I was ready to talk to like those 3 national leaguers because I'd already like had the conversation. So it all helped out. I was just a lot more loose in the latest podcast than my own because it was just like I didn't know the guy. Like one of my fans was saying like, how come you weren't like joking around more? And I'm like, I'm not just gonna like pretend like me and Bowen are like buddies. Can you imagine like if I just brought someone on a podcast and like, yeah, I fucking love rub and tugs. He just said, what did I sign up for?
Or you just start roasting him like you did us?
Yeah, exactly. If I didn't like, I know you boys, right? We've like shit, like we've talked and stuff. But if I just started roasting like Bowen out of the blue, be like, why the fuck did I agree to that? Fucking, you know what I mean? So, anyways, I was like, I tried sounding professional, but I think I just sounded like fucking Forrest Gump, boys.
And speaking, you mentioned that you had a 2-time Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah.
And while he was talking, I was thinking about the 2-time Stanley Cup champion we had on our show, Mike Futa.
Yeah.
And doesn't Rick kind of look like a young Mike Futa?
He does kind of.
Like, I wonder if Mike Futa looked exactly like Rick when he was that age.
We'll ask him if he has illegitimate son out there, Mike Futa, named Rick Rowley. Is Futa a Canadians fan?
I had some fucking hockey blood in me, eh, boys? That'd be sick.
So Rick, on your socials and stuff, you probably have some of the best hockey chirps, but other chirps as well. Like you're just absolutely hilarious. I think that's
Thanks,
why,
bro.
you know, everybody's kind of taken to Mr. Rowley.
And
Rowdy.
you're a nice guy.
And he's a nice guy, you know. Maybe the Montreal
Thanks.
fan sees this and is like, I can't drive to fight this man. But I was going to say, give us, you know, I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but give us, like, you know, the top 5, you know, your top 5 hockey chirps that you just, like, you know, your go-tos, if you can.
Top 5. Okay. Well, obviously the shirt, which you boys already saw, that was like the first, was like, must be hard to rub one out when you got no hands. That one did, was pretty popular. The other one was, buddy, your stats are like a fat kid's lunch, no apples. Buddy, you couldn't rip fucking loose leaf paper. Fuck, I'm trying to remember them. Oh, what was the other one? Buddy, you're, fuck, what was it? I'm trying to think about the old days. It's been a while since I was like just greasing these chirps out. The other one was like, buddy, you're so irrelevant, I can't even find you on Elite Prospects.
Is that directed towards me, buddy? Or what's
Where's
Yeah,
your
'cause
elite prospects?
Pretty much anyone who's ever picked up a fucking twig has been on Elite Prospects. In all honesty.
Oh, man.
So what does that
Who's
say
that?
about the ones that don't have an elite prospect? That say they played hockey.
So, funny story, actually. The other day, or not the other day, when I first started coaching, I've been coaching for 5 years. And when you get the coaching, you know, your credentials, they start talking about where you've coached before. And for some reason, it was my first year coaching, and it was like, oh, you know, it had nothing, but it said, Parkdale Flames right winger. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you know how bad that looks? Like, if, like, parents are going to, like, the coaches thing, like, oh, who's this new coach on our team?
From the park.
And it says, it doesn't even, like, say, like, a coach or anything. It says right winger. And, like, my head coach of the team I coach with, Tom Carnivale, he chirps me all day. He's like, all right, Parkdale, like, right winger. I'm like, oh, my God. Like,
Maybe we
Oh my god.
where did they find that? Like, I'm a coach. Why are you putting my, like,
probably
you know?
for Mama Dukes, proud of her boy, tearing it up
Wait.
back in the day. Shout out Mama
Parkdale,
Dukes.
is that it? What is that? Is that a beer league team?
It's a house league. It's like house league.
house?
where- yeah.
It's a nice
Yeah, you
community
don't wanna-
program.
You know, if you want to be taken seriously, you don't want to be associated with like a league where it's like a coach misses a game because he was fucking too hammered or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta be.
Oh,
That's
man.
hilarious, though, buddy.
But,
In
like,
all
I couldn't
honesty.
believe it. I was pissed. I'm like, oh, we got to take this off, like, you know? But it's all good. I'm proud of the Parkdale Flames, to be honest. Hey, Jordan Kyrou from St. Louis Blues, where did he start?
How'd they do in the playoffs?
It doesn't matter. He
Okay.
has a cup. How many cups does he have? Uno. Jordan Kyrou played in Parkdale, and our
Wait, wait,
oh yeah, the Parkdale
played house
Flames,
league?
a house league. You got to start somewhere. And our previous guest,
Not everybody can start at rep, bro.
Joseph
yeah, I was
Garefa.
gonna say, I started a rep for Christ's sakes.
We're talking
Which is
actual
crazy.
players, not bendies. All right, Rick?
Yeah. Dude, you know what's crazy? I said, somebody fucking added me to the notable players from the Deserano Bulldogs,
Nice.
which was like so crazy. Like I have buddies that got drafted in the O and shit like that, and like whatever. But it's like literally I'm under notable players for fucking Deserano. I was like, holy
Buddy,
fuck,
your
like-
jersey,
made it, bro.
the
You made
Rowley
it.
jerseys hanging in the rafters at the Deserano Arena. Come on.
What number were you when you used to play?
29. which
He's
is not
got a
even
goalie number.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, you
I'm
think
sorry,
you're Nathan
28 was-
McKinnon? Isn't McKinnon 29?
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It was actually 28.
Yeah.
Fucking
Claude Giroux.
I was attendee 28. Like didn't even make sense. Fucking Ty Domi.
You're a scrapper on the ice, just not off the ice.
Yeah, exactly. It was awful, man. I was nicknamed Red Light Rowley, boys. I'm not gonna lie.
But they say red light because that's when the goal light goes on.
That's
right?
what he's trying to say. He was like a sieve.
Well,
Yes.
you know, some goalies
was-
call it red light because they stop the puck, right? They stop, No,
No,
never.
No. Definitely what Rain said.
Yeah, definitely not what he said.
All right, so we had the 5 best chirps. For our audience, because we try to educate our audience. I know this episode, they might get a little bit out of it, but
It's all part of the game.
give us
all part of the game.
Give us maybe, for the parents, because a lot of the kids these days know the lingo. But a lot of the parents and the coaches, they're kind of behind the times. Give us the 5 best, hockey lingo that you got. Just to help our, boomers and us older guys.
Us boomers, us saucers.
Yeah, so I've been saying pigeons so much lately that I've actually seen people online now start to say the word pigeons. So I love that term, like just calling someone just especially when you say fuck, like you fucking pigeon, like I just.
But what does the pigeon represent? Because I think the first time I saw someone get called the pigeon was when Claude Giroux was on the HBO behind the scenes, and he was ripping Van Riemsdyk.
Yeah.
And JVR was just sitting there, said nothing, like a true Maple Leaf.
Like a true pigeon.
Like a true pigeon. But what would be what's the lingo to that? Like, what is the equivalent to the pigeon?
Yeah, I don't.
Is a pigeon like another? Is a pigeon like another, like a duster? Like just somebody that's so greasy out there that doesn't.
Or is it like the flying rat? Like you just.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing one time that the pigeon it means that, like, for instance, you're not good enough to score your own goal, so you pick up the trash of your more talented teammates.
Oh, there it is. Beautiful.
Yeah.
See, we are getting some education here.
I love it.
Dude, this is old school, like my first year of doing this, but I actually recorded some pigeons like on the street, and then I got my buddy who's an impressionist to do a David Attenborough voice, and he goes like, "The pigeons are not good enough to score goals by themselves." And like you just see these pigeons going away. That's old school right here, Hollywood.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. You need to get that back.
What else you got?
Yeah, I should bring that back. So pigeons is one that I just love.
Yeah.
I obviously I love saying lettuce. Like the parents, make sure the kids. You gotta make sure they got
some lettuce
nice
going.
Lettuce, nice flow, kind of like you buds, or the lip lettuce going. I actually had a nice little greasy porn stash going for a little bit, but my girl made me get it off, so I eventually listened. So definitely getting the flow, the lettuce. I love duster too, which we all know that's when you're on the bench collecting dust. That's another one. It's not really. It's more Trailer Park Boys, but I love saying greasy. That's a greasy play right there. You boys are playing real greasy right now. You know what I mean? Just a bunch. I also this is one I actually didn't even know about this one, but yard sale, and I found out about that recently. I couldn't even believe I didn't know that, but where you just get completely
annihilated.
Yeah, and it's like all equipment everywhere. Everything must go.
You didn't know about the yard sale?
But I don't even know. I was attending. I was in the back of the net, so I never heard anyone say.
Oh, so you were a goalie.
Sale.
That's why you had a goalie number. My bad.
28.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, so now you understand red light.
The red light. Yes.
Yeah. Buddy, I wasn't ripping corn. I was the one fucking getting lit up.
My bad. I missed that.
A couple other ones I like, and I
that explains why. That explains why you're a comedian, because goalies are a little bit.
Yeah. Every goalie I've ever met, besides probably Adam Dennis.
Well, you didn't know Adam Dennis when we were kids. Adam Dennis was a little bit loopy as well.
Every goalie is weird. Courtney, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but my wife, my life partner, the other day, we were talking to her. She's from Belleville, too, and I'm talking to her.
Beauty.
And out of nowhere, she goes, "I used to date a goalie." And I was like, "No! Like, what? What? A goalie? How did you used to date a goalie? And I was
How
like,
about
aren't they
that?
weird? She's like, yeah, now that you mention it, goalies are fucking weird.
Boys, how about Breeze Gallop? Like, he was a little off.
Humongous
beauty,
big,
but-
baby.
Yeah, well, you have to be mad, but no, boys. Yeah, like for sure, the whole goalie thing, definitely, man. Like, you're kind of like you're not right in the head if you're a goalie. And you're not right in the head if you're a comedian. In all honesty, I'll say that
man.
now.
Ricky, you're a beauty. But speaking of comedy, tell us where you could find us and, you know.
Find you, not find us. Where
Sorry.
can we find you? Where can our
Yeah.
guests? Our
Thanks for
listeners-
letting us be on your show.
Thanks for letting us be on your show.
Yeah, go on a date bowling, bud. Well, you know what, boys? This summer you probably find me doing stand-up at a no-frills parking lot because Ontario, there isn't anything. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna try to find some like park shows. In all honesty, people are starting to take the shows outdoors. So when comedy was going, I had a home club. It was actually it was called the Corner Comedy Club, but I think the place kind of like shut down because of the pandemic. Really awful on like small businesses and comedy boys. Like it's been real tough for the
sure.
comedians. So that and then Yuck Yucks is where I was like I would get the road gigs, but again I don't really know about venues. So I would say like my podcast is basically like the closest thing to me doing stand-up because there's a lot of storytelling in addition to hockey stuff. I always do a hockey portion and I just do a greasy fucking story like right after.
Nice.
You know, yeah, stories from like the road and like stand-up and whatever's like on my mind I start talking about. So that'd be the closest thing to that. And in all honesty, I'd say just check out my social. It's Rick Rowley 3. If I'm doing summer stuff, like whether it's an outdoor venue, so I will be posting about it, even and if it's limited seating. So just keep up to date with all my socials, and we'll come on out.
Yeah,
and Ricky will show you a good time.
Absolutely. We still have a little time if you got a road story you want to share, like a crazy.
Oh.
We got a few minutes. Go for it.
Do we got? What can we keep this like real greasy, a little greasy, or
Hey, it's the Rick Rowley show.
It's the Rick
man.
Rowley show right now. Gloves are off, bro.
We introduced you as
Okay.
Rowdy Rick Rowley, so you do what you got to do, buddy.
No, it's good. I'm trying to think about like some that come to my head from like stand up. Okay, I'll give you this one. So this, for the record, this was another buddy I was performing with, another comedian. This person shall not be named for the sake of helping the protecting his identity. So
Absolutely.
I did a gig up in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and if you boys have ever been there, that place is fucking another beauty town. I love it, man. Those are my kind of people. And
The Stahl brothers are from Thunder Bay.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple other beauties are from Thunder Bay. So so I was getting so I was doing some gigs up there, and then one of my buddy he wanted to meet a lady of the night, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he
escort.
found her.
Escort.
Yes.
Like a Julia Roberts. Pretty woman.
Exactly.
A pretty woman.
I was trying to be, somewhat classy for this greasy fucking story. So, anyways, we got paid. So when you get paid as a comedian, like you basically don't make anything because you just spend it on sauce or like whatever, right? Like you just get like fucked up. So, anyways, he wanted to meet this girl. So at this point, I was pretty messed up too, and I was like, all right, boy, let's go. So we ended up like. We drove him out. We had someone driving that wasn't like completely sauced. So we drove him out to a little motel, and he had met like a motel too, like not like a classy one. And he met the girl, and we were there. We dropped him off. We drove. We did our whole thing, and then he called me back and said, "Hey man, can you come back? We got to go. Like right away. Can you come pick me up?" And I was like, "Okay." So we ended up coming back, and he had a fucking TV in his hand, and the motel door was on the ground, and he was like, "Boys, let's go." And I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And he throws the TV inside the back seat of the car, and it was like, "Dude, what are you doing? We got this fucking TV." And he's like, "Just drive, man." So we drove. We ended up just throwing it on the side of the road. So I guess what happened was he had a bad performance with the lady of the night, and she promised him another go, but she just was like, "I gotta go," and she just left on alcohol. He was so pissed off that once she left, he broke back into the place and wanted to rob the little motel TV to fucking go. And now I'm a part of this crime because I'm in the fucking car with the guy with the television. I was like, "Dude, we gotta get fucking rid of this." So we just threw it out, and we had one more night in Thunder Bay to perform. I was like, "Dude, I hope this girl doesn't find out we're a fucking comedian. You tell her we're a comedian," because I don't know if like in the middle of my set, like some prostitute's gonna come in the back of the room and be like, "That fucker's like." So, anyways, that's kind of more of a
I was asking for like a heckler story. I was.
Oh shit! Okay, boys. But no, we can edit that one out.
No, I'm joking. I'm just.
That's
kidding.
the best story ever. We're keeping it.
We're keeping it
Okay,
for sure.
I told you guys, because the thing is, I was going to tell you about the swingers shows I did, but I don't know. I explained it on Missing Curfew. I have no, but anyways, this was a crazy story. I hope that lady ended up getting,
Her money back for the TV?
Yeah. I didn't know the whole
So wait,
story.
hold on. You guys went to her room. She left because your buddy didn't perform, and then and then you guys were waiting in the parking lot. He's like, "Rick, she said she's coming back," and you're like, "All right, bro, I guess we'll just chill out here." And she didn't come back.
we were parked like around like the other side, just kind of like waiting for him, and then she made him leave with him, like to go outside because she was gonna get picked up by whatever. He agreed to it, but I guess he was by himself for a little bit, and he had time to think about it. And he told me too, like he fucking body checked the thing, like he went like full fucking Tommy Wilson right on the door, and just knocked it right over.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that's probably the greasiest story I've been a part of.
You're a part of two crimes: your buddy not being able to perform, and stealing a TV from the motel.
Yeah, I know, boys. I know. I'm a good guy though, man. I would have, if I'm a little bit older now, a little more wiser, I would have told him to fucking return that TV. But
So is he the equivalent of like not being able to perform like Mitch Marner in the playoffs, or?
Ooh.
Yeah, he pulled a fucking Mitchy Marner, that pigeon.
Oh man. And then,
so one thing. So
that's good.
Sean,
fuck.
I want to know if you agree with it. Sean Avery's kind of like blown up on this cameo thing.
Oh.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I get sent them as a Leaf fan. And he had a cameo where he was talking to a bunch of buddies. Friend name, I think Zach was the buddy's name that they got.
Tearing them apart.
And just tearing, and poor Zach, he's a Leaf fan.
Yeah.
And Sean Avery just lets Zach have it as to like why he's delusional like every other Leaf fan and all these things. And he brought up something that kind of struck a chord with me. And I haven't fact checked it.
Yeah.
But if it is true, he brought up that Mitch Marner, the day after losing a 7-game series, or a couple days after like the cleanup and the media availability, was out playing golf and walked 18 holes.
He had a tee time.
Time, and he walked. He didn't have a cart. He walked 18 holes shortly after a 7-game series, supposedly, as Sean Avery had mentioned in this cameo, which may or may not be true. Now, if that was true, if that is true, is that a penalty that he's able to? Because Sean was on there saying, like, in what world do you ever have a 7-game NHL playoff series and you're able to maybe play golf, but walk and play golf? And you're telling everybody that you've given it everything you got?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I was just like, huh. He's not wrong.
So, as someone who's following the Leafs very closely after this, I can confirm that it was actually 24 hours. It was the very next day that he went, and that struck a nerve. And people were going online and they were saying things like, "Well, like who cares?" And this one guy, I don't know, he's on. He looks like him. He's like a sports guy. He's a younger guy, but he's on one of those shows. And he said, this was so disgusting to watch the treatment of Mitch Marner and in the media and all this stuff. And he's like, this is coming from a fan of another team. I'm like, yeah, you are saying this because you're a fan from another team. You don't know. Like, of course you're going to be saying that. And no one is talking about Mitch Marner as a human being. You know what I mean? Like, we're not sitting here shitting on him. Like, he's actually, I'm sure, a terrific human being. You know what I mean? Like, he's got charities. He gives more charity than I do. I mean, fuck, he's got more money, but
good lettuce. He's got good lettuce going for the playoffs there.
He's got good lettuce. I heard, he's a great kid, right? But it's like, no, like you can't sit there and say that we're not allowed to have an opinion. This is entertainment. That's where it's a sport, but it turns into entertainment, right? It's a business. We watch things. We're consumers, and we're allowed to have opinions. We can fucking shit. We pay their salaries, boys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, buying tickets, buying merch. My twin brother, like, I bring him to. He lives out in Victoria, and we do a Leafs game every year. And I worked for MLSC before the pandemic. I was a beer hawker.
Nice. Yeah. What was your line? What was your line in the stands?
It was just big hit. That's it. Big hit. So boys, I only got that job so I could watch the Leafs games.
Nice. Die hard, man. You're die hard.
Yeah, because we can't sell during the period. And in all honesty, if anyone from MLSC finds out all the shit I've been giving the Leafs, they'll probably just fucking fire me. Like, I don't even know if I get welcome back there. But I brought my brother. Like, he came all the way to Toronto. We would go to a Leafs game. I got to pay for fucking bleeders like $300 just to get in the arena. Do you think I got any discount when I was at MLSC? And I worked for them. Sorry, when I was at Scotiabank Arena, no, I got nothing from them. Absolutely nothing. And it's like I invest a lot of money and time in this shit. And then when I ripped off my jersey and I threw it in the garbage can, everyone was like saying like, "Oh, you're not a real Leafs fan. Why would you do that?" I'm like, "Fuck you." First off, it's a $30 knockoff jersey, so I'll do whatever the hell I want with it. You fuck. And number two, I'm not in Vancouver damaging people's storefront windows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I want to throw my jersey that I paid for, well, again, it's a knockoff jersey. I don't even think it's real. But anyways, I can do whatever I want. So anyways, that was the long-winded way of saying sorry, because I'm very passionate about this. Yes, Mitchie looked like he was ready for a photo shoot right after the 7-game playoff series. Whereas, I don't know, like, why not take a look at Brendan Gallagher, who's got one of those little, he had one of those huge, like, take a look at these guys. And I don't know if these guys are trying too hard to look fucking like boy band sexy kids or whatever, and
make a boy band group with JB.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't like JB. I think he's a bad influence on him. I see Austin Matthews, like, and I love Austin Matthews. I think he's a terrific hockey player. He's got God-given skill that hockey players would die to have. But it's just like, I don't want to see photos of you on the internet with your fucking ass and stuff like that. He posts a lot of like kind of like sexual photos, and I don't know if I want my hockey players doing that.
Yeah. So speaking of jerseys, hold on 1 second here.
Yeah, he's got a greasy one.
We got.
Oh, that's a beautiful touch.
I don't know if you saw the video of that fan burning the Dougie G jersey. And this one's pretty special. A little signed, game-worn Dougie G, right? Fighter strap. Yeah. Everyone knows it's legit. It's not a knockoff like Rick Rowley's. All right. So speaking of jerseys, Gilmore wrote a freaking beautiful, heartfelt a message to that fan who burnt the jersey, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, but he was like, dude, like, you know, give it to somebody who needs a jersey or donate it.
Yeah.
Don't burn it. Don't be a, you know, a prick about it, you know?
Right.
How do you feel about the whole burning the jersey thing? I know, like, you were having fun. You threw your jersey down, but, like, actual burn,
I threw it off and, like, whatever. Like, yeah, like, when you – honestly, dude, when you kind of put it that way, it actually kind of makes sense. I mean, there's other people – I think Ovi did that once. I think he gave his tarp to, like, somebody who was, like, on the street or something like that. It's like there's people who can – and honestly, like, Dougie, they don't make them like Dougie anymore. You know what I mean?
Killer,
like,
baby.
I haven't seen a Maple Leaf that's even close to like what Dougie did for us and like Wendell Clark and those beauties, right?
The heart that those men had. The heart.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Leaf of all time.
No.
For sure. Doug Gilmore, the killer.
I like Matt's, man. He was like, for me, he was just like, you know, he never got it done in Toronto, obviously, but he was just like, he was big, he was clutch, he always scored the big goals. But yeah, I know burning jerseys and shit like that, like that's kind of a little greasy. But like, in all honesty, if I want to take my tarp off and shit like that, like I don't owe anybody anything. Like, in all honesty, I'm a fan. Like, I don't fucking make the millions of dollars. I can react however I want to it. You know what I mean? Don't give me this shit. Everyone acts like they play on the team and they're like, you can't just, you know, we're a team. It's like, you're not on a team, bud. You're at your house. Like, you're just like pinned. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not in shape. It's fine. I'm not either. But let's be honest. You're not a part of this team.
That's awesome, man.
That's awesome.
So Rick, honestly, thanks so much for being here. You're a true beauty for you know, jumping on this show and telling your stories.
No, man.
Such a pleasure, man.
Sharing everything that you've been through as a Leaf fan like us, and you know, the comedy world.
No worries.
Felt your pain, I should say.
I had a hoot. We gotta do this again.
Yeah,
man.
But before, we're not going just yet. We have a segment on our show, and it's called Penalty or Part of the Game. And we're hoping you're going to stick around. And, you know, usually all our guests stick around for that segment. Do we have you for the next 10 minutes?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay, beautiful.
Awesome.
So, going to our next segment, Penalty
or Part of the Game. Penalty or Part of the Game.
All right, so we're here with Mr. Rowdy Rick Rowley.
Woo! Say that 10 times fast.
Rowdy Rick Rowley. So, we thought, since he just had a pretty cool appearance.
It was an okay appearance.
Well, you know, those boys are blowing up.
Did all right.
Those guys are blowing up, and you get Rowley on the show. You're
definitely
really
gonna
blowing
blow
up.
up.
You're really blowing up with the
100%.
Rowskis out there. So we thought a good segment, a good topic for penalty or part of the game would be
missing curfew. Penalty or part of the game?
So
missing curfew.
So Rain actually, like, I didn't play enough good hockey to ever have a curfew.
No elite prospects page.
So we're gonna start with Rain, because a guy who actually had curfews, played in Plymouth,
got sent home for breaking curfew.
Got sent home for breaking curfew. and doing all some other stupid shit. Let's start with Reno and ask him if he thinks missing curfew is part of the game. Like, screw your curfew, or is it a penalty? You got to be strict. You got to be home on time.
So, like always, I'm kind of on both sides of the coin. One, I'm talking from a player perspective. This player's perspective. It depends on if you miss curfew, what is the consequence of those actions? What's the penalty for missing the curfew? Now, when I missed curfew, and I thought I missed curfew for a pretty good reason, in hindsight it wasn't, because I got sent home. I think that's a little bit of a penalty.
Too much, yeah.
For missing curfew to be sent home, especially when you're just a teenager. That said, I know what happens in the wee hours of the night. and I know what happens in these junior hockey towns, and I know that social media is ablazing. There's Tinder, there's Bumble, there's all of these things now that are bringing.
That wasn't around.
That wasn't around. Thank the Lord. Otherwise, they're gonna have to tie me to my bed back when I was playing junior hockey. But I think that there's a lot.
The daughters who would have been missing curfew with you around,
man.
buddy?
So now I can understand that there's a lot of temptation out there, and we need to keep our chickens in the hen house. We can't have them, going over and seeing, what that hen house is looking like over there at, midnight when we have a game the next day. And now I'm a coach.
Yeah.
So it's definitely
a penalty.
Yeah. You guys better not. If we have a game,
you've changed.
I've converted.
So I'll go next, Rick. I'll go next, Rick. Before we let you finish this segment off, I'm gonna say it's also a penalty because I'm a coach. All right, and same thing as Rain said. We go to these tournaments. I know the kids aren't old enough yet to be, going to parties like Rainbow was going to, and
I got a little two-step going.
Meeting all these girls and doing all this stuff.
Whoa! You make it sound like I was like Ike Turner or something.
I think you did all right. I think you did all right for yourself, but you do have a lovely wife, Brooke. Hello, we're sorry we're bringing up the past here.
She put
he
a
was
ring
17.
On it.
Give him a break. But definitely a penalty for me. You cannot miss curfew. Like, even for us, we have rules as coaches. Like, we'll have you got to be there an hour before the game. You got to have all your equipment besides your bucket on, 10 minutes before.
Now, is it different?
All these little rules, so it kind of goes with the curfew thing.
Do you think it's different if you're an adult now playing pro in the NHL? Like nobody's telling me when to go to bed. I'm an adult. I'll go to bed when I want. I know what my responsibilities are tomorrow. I don't need you guys telling me that I need to be in my hotel room or, home by this time to get the job done that we have to do the next day. So
it's hard to say, because I wonder how many times,
I can answer that. I got curfew in pro too because we're imbeciles.
Yeah.
And we like to have a good time.
No, but I was going to say, how many guys get slap on the wrist because they're the star player and they're like, we can't suspend this guy, fine this guy. We got to let him do his thing. Like Dennis Rodman for the Chicago Bulls went to Vegas in the playoffs, partied it up, and, what do? They don't care. He came back, he played, and they're like, let's go. He missed more than a curfew.
I wish I had that treatment in Plymouth, but I didn't.
So I think if you let the reins go and you let people, do their own thing, you get a bunch of Dennis Rodmans out there, and you don't even have a team. It's like beer league.
But you had some championships, though, don't you?
No, it's like beer league hockey. Playoffs, you get 6 guys showing up. Rick, what do you think, buddy? You were on the Missing Curfew podcast. What a great name.
And I know for a fact that Shane O'Brien missed a lot of curfew, so great name for that podcast.
Well, first off, I got to say, boys, this is, I don't know if this is like a debate, this portion, but you guys both bring up some very compelling arguments. Like, in all honesty, because I was sitting there at one point, I was like, I think I agree with the coach. And then I'm just like, fuck, I don't know. I think I agree with the player. I I do have to. I would say the one thing is that if you are an adult and like you play for the team and you can get shit done, and you might have more skill than the other people, like more talent, right? So you're able to do that easier, but know your limit. Like if you can do your job hungover, whether it's hockey or anything else, then do it, and that's fine. Party as much as you want, but the moment that you start fucking sliding because of you doing it, and you should know that limit, like you guys did Rodman, right? Then yeah, you're hurting
There's
the
something
team, right?
there's something for playing guilty. Like you know when you were out late and you're just like, oh my god, I feel like crap. But like if I don't have the game of my life, I'm gonna be a healthy scratch, or I'm gonna be traded, or whatever. So there's also that adrenaline that you get from, you're a little bit of a dickhead.
Yeah.
You're a little bit like
There was I read the Thurn Fleury book, and his time in New York was pretty scary. Like he talked
Playing
about,
with fire.
playing with fire. He was out till the wee
That was
hours,
one of the only books I've read.
right?
That's a great
but he
autobiography.
tells a story about him like getting fucked up all night, and then like showing up and like playing well, performing. So
not a participation ribbon. You performed.
And like another story, it's funny. So my buddy was, I forget where he was partying, in like Philadelphia. Sorry, he was partying in Philadelphia. He was a big Eagles fan. I think he was watching a football game down there. And, I like to play my odd pro line and stuff and, whatever.
Hockey pool in which he's kicking
so
my butt.
Well, he calls me. He calls me, and he likes to gamble. We call him the cowboy because he's just like, he's nuts. So he actually calls me. He's like, hey, I'm out at the bar right now, and Johnny Gaudreau is here. And I'm like, oh, Johnny Gaudreau. He's like, he's absolutely tuned. He's got a game tomorrow. Check out the pro line. We're betting Philadelphia because there's no way, the way I'm watching Johnny act at the bar right now, there's no way he's going to perform. Like, nothing. So I'm all like, okay,
Philly,
we're going
easy money.
We're doing the pro line. We're taking Philly. We're going to take Johnny Gaudreau under a goal. He's not getting a point. He's going to be dog shit. Doesn't Johnny Gaudreau go put up like 4 points, like 2 goals, 2 assists? Calgary wins 5-1. I'm just sitting there ripping up my freaking pro line ticket.
Was that the only?
Oh, I had them on like 10 tickets. I was just like.
But you know what though, and I think kind of talking to the Curfew boys, like I realized too, like I think like when you retire, the things you remember more are like the times that you had with like your fucking buddies, right? Like it wasn't necessary what was. I mean, you always like look at what you did on the ice or what you pigeons didn't do on the ice. No, I'm just joking. But like you always remember, like you might remember big games you had Rain and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you remember those fucking legendary stories with like your teammates there too, right? So that's another argument that's like I feel like missing curfew is okay sometimes, you know?
So missing curfew is part of the game? Is that what you're saying, Rowley?
I think missing curfew is a part of the game.
Nice.
Just don't be a pigeon. That I would put asterisks, but just don't be a pigeon.
Oh man,
this was amazing.
Awesome. Rick,
this was amazing.
Honestly, we can't thank you enough for being here. Guys, our viewers, check out Rick on Instagram. What is
TikTok.
it, Rick? What's your tag there?
TikTok. Everything across the board's Rick Rowley 3. So even like my Twitter, Instagram, even maybe like YouTube. I started doing like a little bit of hockey vlogs.
Do you have a MySpace?
Like MSN
ICQ.
And definitely check him out at your local No Frills parking lot because that's where he'll be.
Or a park near you.
Or a park near you. Actually, there's a guy. So the way we got Rick on this show is a close friend of mine, Andrew DePorto. Andrew Harris, I know him as Harris, but he's, got an Argentinian name.
Does he have two different families?
So he goes by DePorto in the comedy world, so he could be a little bit controversial, I think, right? Is that kind of the story, Rick, with Andrew?
A little bit, yes.
So that's how he introduced me to Rick. we got him on the show, and you know, he was like, "You got to talk to Rick. Rick's all about hockey, loves it, just goes off." But I think he did a couple shows in a park with some guy, Ben, or I don't know the other guy.
Yeah.
So
Ben ran shows there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll probably
go ahead.
See. Well, just if wherever there's a mic, I'll fucking be, man. Have a few. Bring a couple of vodka sodas and just drink at a park and do some stand-up.
So what I was getting to, though, before every show, we promote small businesses and to support them, you know, local small businesses. And we supported the Annex Social. And it's a friend of mine, it's his restaurant. And they've been doing comedy shows with Ben. We'll definitely put you in touch because we need some hockey comedy, and we need some.
I'll drive down from
Rowdy Rick Rowley in there.
I'll drive down.
Get the bar going. The lockdown's been lifted, so they're doing it on their patio. And
anytime, boys.
We need you to be a part of that.
I'd be sick.
And
or also get him up front of Sweet Jesus, who was the sponsor.
Sweet Jesus, our sponsor. You been to Sweet Jesus yet?
Have you been to Sweet Jesus to get some ice cream?
I love their ice cream, bud.
What's your favorite cone? Do you have one, or you can't remember because they're so crazy there?
No, sorry. Last time I was there, I was shitted. I don't even remember what I got. It was good.
So yeah, Sweet Jesus, thanks for sponsoring us. And Rick Rowley, Rowdy Rick Rowley, thank you so much, brother. And I have a feeling part of the game and Rick Rowley are going to be collabing in the future. We won't give it away, but we're definitely going to be sticking around for some of his TikToks and collabing on that stuff and his Instagram videos.
Let's do it, boys.
And whoa, before you go, Rowley, we saw your one of your most viewed videos, and I thought it would be the only way to send you off from our podcast, from our show today. And if you will, indulge with Rainbow and I, we do a celebratory shotgun of the Timmy's Cup. What do you think?
I thought you were going to say the shotgun of the chugging of the Campbell soup. I'm so thankful.
That was greasy.
That was greasy.
As Rowley would say.
That was
greasy.
Boys, I just so happened, it was by chance, but I so happened to get one of those little Mickey cups.
Let's go. So us two.
I'm down.
We have ours here too.
Oh my God.
So we're going back to Rainbow's Plymouth days.
Oh my God. This reminds me of Bell Vegas for sure. I know how to do this.
So what do? You just stab and drink, or what's going on here?
Should I show you?
No. We gotta do it together. This has got to be like a countdown or something.
So is the key horizontal, vertical?
Whatever you want. I do it horizontal, but it's all right.
All
whatever
right.
you want.
Lean forward so it don't get on your mic.
All right. Count down.
I'm standing up for this.
Okay, I'll count down from 3.
All right,
ready? 3 darts, 2 darts, 1 darts.
All right. Woo.
Boys, they fucked it up.
Holy, so did I.
Holy.
There you go. That's why I didn't drink that much in junior hockey.
Rick Rowley, thank you so much for letting us be a part of your show.
Now that was definitely a penalty.
How do hoop boys just do it again, all right?
100%,
All right,
brother.
buddy. Thank you so much.
All right. No worries, bye.
Ciao.
Oh man! All right, we're a sloppy mess.
You're a sloppy mess.
That was fun.
Obviously, you can
How
see.
did he do it so clean? I don't think he had like one drop on his face.
I should have did the fakie like I used to do at the bar.
And then just drink water.
Yeah. Instead of getting this all over me.
Oh
Thank
man,
you, sir.
that's awesome. Well, thanks for being a sport, buddy.
No problem.
'Cause
Always a part of the game.
it was graceful. My key wouldn't get in there. You really gotta jab it.
You gotta,
and then it just
hey.
starts pouring out on you.
Listen, you gotta be able
gotta
to
be
finesse.
part of the game.
You gotta be a part of the game and know how to finesse a thing.
Oh man. Well,
We're just gonna step aside and clean up and get this cup.
no. We'll just
Oh,
while
no.
you're cleaning, I'll outro
Okay.
us out of here.
Okay.
Guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the shotgun. He's got his steep tea all over his shirt.
Yeah,
and
not a
his
coffee guy.
face.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a little bit in the beard.
That's right.
But
Save some for later.
I don't think we'd have it any other way
No.
with
'Cause
Rick Rowley.
With Rick Rowley, you gotta.
You know, you
gotta
gotta
take it to a
represent
whole nother level.
We did this for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know we went a little off script here with Rick, but he's a beauty, good person, good
Great
guy.
person, great guy.
And
Go
yeah,
follow him,
thank
help
you, Sweet Jesus.
Sweet Jesus.
Thank you, our sponsor, Onasis.
Chip.
And thank you for being
A part.
follow us on our socials, all right here.
Tickety tick
Then
tick tock.
Druzy, you
Instagram.
guys got to meet Druzy earlier. You got to see the guy who makes the magic happen.
Yeah.
He puts all our socials right here.
Can't believe the
So
voices ain't.
please follow us, like us, subscribe to us. Audio only. You know the drill. Be
Part.
the game.